Watching the DC Universe live action movies in the correct order can be a bit confusing. You may have heard of the DC EU, but other than that, also there are a lot of movies which are worth watching. So if you're entirely new to DC, this is the absolute best way to watch all the films. Kicking off the list is Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. They are not part of the DC Extended Universe or the DC EU set up in 2013, but they are definitely one of the strongest movies and are surely a great way to start off your journey into the world of DC. The first movie is Batman Begins, released in 2005 starring Christian Bale as Batman. Following this, you should watch the second installment, The Dark Knight, released in 2008 starring Heath Ledger as the Joker. This is no news that this movie is considered as one of the best superhero movies ever made, and you will surely see why after watching it. Next on the list, concluding this trilogy, is The Dark Knight Rises, released in 2012 with Tom Hardy as Bane. These three films are a great way to start off and would certainly give you the idea of DC's most famous superhero, the Batman. Now, the next movie may seem a bit misplaced in the list, but believe me, this is the best time to watch it. Just finishing watching the Christopher Nolan's dark and crowded Batman, it's time to watch a fresh take on the villain or the antagonist, Joker, in the 2019 Joker film starring Joaquin Phoenix and directed by Todd Phillips. It's not a conventional superhero film and is a unique take on the character. Placing this movie in between DC EU would feel out of place as that universe has its own Joker. This is the correct place for it, and it would make you feel more comfortable with seeing different iterations of the same character. Now's the time to finally start off the DC EU, which is the DC Extended Universe, beginning with the 2013 movie Man of Steel. It directly connects to Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, released in 2016. One thing to keep in mind is that don't watch the theatrical version of Batman v Superman. Surely don't watch that, because many scenes were cut from the movie and it doesn't make much sense, and to fully enjoy the movie and the story, I highly recommend you to watch directly the director's cut of this movie, which is also known as Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, and is around 3 hours long. We got introduced to Diana Prince or Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman, and now it's time to look at her origin. The 2017 Wonder Woman is directly connected to Batman v Superman and provides a great origin story. Next in line is the 2018 movie Aquaman, and it gives the origin story of Arthur Curry, or also known as Aquaman. After watching these 4 movies in the DCEU, now is the perfect time to watch the 2021 movie Zack Snyder's Justice League. The Justice League movie was originally released in 2017 and is filled with controversies. Without going into details, I'll just say that don't watch the 2017 theatrical version. It's highly different from what was originally intended. Directly watching the 4-hour version of the director's cut is a great way to go about this. One may argue that the storyline of Aquaman presented in this movie is actually prior to the one which happens in the Aquaman movie, but still watching Aquaman movie before gives you a better sense of the character and makes you enjoy Justice League even more. This marks the ending of the original vision of DCEU, and the next movies feel less connected to each other. There is also a radical shift of tone in the movies. Next, you should watch Shazam, which came out in 2019. It is a light-hearted and fun movie, and it proves to be necessary after the dark and gritty previous few movies. After that is Wonder Woman 1984, which was released in 2020. Now, this is not much connected to any other movie and would also contradict with some of the aspects revealed about Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman and Justice League. So it is best not to think about it much and just watch it lightly. After this, there are 3 movies and a series which focuses on not the heroes but rather the villains, or anti-heroes as one likes to call these days. The 2016 Suicide Squad movie actually sits between the events of Batman v Superman and Justice League, but it doesn't have a great impact and is loosely connected, so you could just watch it without worrying about the continuity. After Suicide Squad, you should watch Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, which was released in 2020, and next in line is the 2021 movie The Suicide Squad. It's not a direct sequel to the previous one and feels like a soft reboot. Anyway, it doesn't matter much, and after that you should watch the series Peacemaker, released in 2022, which is directly connected with the Suicide Squad movie. At the time of this recording, these are all the DCEU movies which have been released. Black Adam and Shazam Fury of the Gods are next in line, but before watching these 2 movies, there is one movie in particular that should be watched right after Peacemaker. The Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson and directed by Matt Reeves, released in 2022, takes the spot. This is not set in the DCEU and gives us an entirely different take on the character with new cast. As of now, it is a standalone movie with various spin-offs and a sequel currently in development. This movie provides the most comic-accurate portrayal of Batman and is entirely opposite in terms of tone as compared to the Peacemaker. It would be perfect to bring you back to the darkness and groundedness of the DC universe, and would also provide a great transition to watch Black Adam and Shazam Fury of the Gods. This finishes all the DCEU movies, but there are 3 more movies which I would recommend you to watch after watching all these movies. Superman, released in 1978, and Superman 2, released in 1980, starring Christopher Reeve, are classics, and I would recommend you watching those movies. Finally, finishing this off is the 2006 Superman Returns movie starring Brandon Routh, which serves as a homage sequel to these 2 movies. Obviously, you could entirely ignore these 2 movies and just stick to the recent films. I believe this is the perfect order to start watching DC. It includes 20 films and one series. I welcome you all to the world of DC and hope that you enjoy this as much as I do. Please tell me in the comments below what other videos you would like to be made about. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Until next time, take care.